2010 of the imperial calendar. The Holy Britannian Empire invaded Japan to gain control of its underground Sakuradite resources.
No! Not again! Well, we had one good episode. How long do you think it'll be before they completely ruin it?
I didn't know. I didn't understand that.
70 seconds! Barely over a minute.
That it would be this horrible. That so many people would.
Say that again.
That so many people would.
Say that one more time!
I didn't understand that it would be this horrible. That so many people would.
Roll the clip!
I have thought it through. Any matter caught within the primary area of effect field will be annihilated by the Flaya's rapid sphere collapse. He'd kill his own people, a massacre. He'd kill his own people, a massacre. He'd kill his own people, a massacre.
What's that? You didn't know? Fuck off! They told you and you didn't care!
Suzaku, you don't consider yourself an 11 anymore, right?
What a bucket of putrid horse shit! You didn't know? You killed 10 million people! What, did you think the ghosts from Harry Potter lived there? I'm amazed that we're actually supposed to feel sorry for the arbiter of an out-and-out genocide! Imagine, Japanese writers, if President Truman called your grandfathers on the morning of August 7th, 1945, weeping and begging for pity because he just didn't know how the atomic bomb worked. Hello, Kettle. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Pot, but in the warped world of this show's logic, I'm not the black one. You are! Only this is, if you can believe it, even worse, because Nina spent over a year designing the bomb herself that she now claims she didn't understand. I can't. This is the end. There's nowhere to go from here. The Japanese want us to side against their own victims of the atomic bombs! I know what you're already saying. You're saying I'm ridiculous, that I'm being unfair and the show isn't demanding that you pick a side. Okay, fine. Will you explain to me in as many words as you need how you can simultaneously sympathize with Adolf Hitler and the Jews? And you know what? To make it as accurate as possible, you can only respond if you're a Jew. Because don't forget, this was made for a Japanese audience. 10 million, huh? Yeah, that's bizarrely close to the official estimate for how many Jews died in the Holocaust. And by bizarrely close, I mean dead fucking on. Did they think they were being progressive? Writing a complex character? Doing a good job? Any of the above? I've asked this before, but seriously, what were they thinking? It's probably enough for most people to just say, this is stupid or this is terrible and just move on. But that doesn't do it justice. It's beyond both those adjectives at this point. So I've invented a new phrase to accurately depict what we've seen. Morally negligent. Because this clearly isn't intentional. They didn't put enough thought into it for that. But it's so stupid to the point of just being wrong. And it's that way because of how little thought they put into it. It neglects the grace that true moral ambiguity requires and instead falls head-on into despicability. In every episode! From Shirley's death, to Suzaku's heel turn, from Britannia's cartoonish dicketry, to Lelouch's flaunted disregard for human life. It's all because no one had the heart or the mind to care enough. You know what, Goro? I felt bad for you initially. But what's your excuse for the equally negligent Scryed? You may have caught lightning in a bottle with the first season, and this may have been your magnum opus if everything would have gone your way. But it didn't. Grow up and move the fuck on. You still had a job to do. Maybe not a job you liked, but there's no excuse anymore. This is beyond the pale. But I know I've said this a dozen times by now, so I don't even know if it has any meaning left. But it only gets worse. So, moving past the 2-minute mark.
Massacre. It's a big hit, Nina. The Flea warhead has proven itself. Britannia can't lose now.
Yes! Yes! Thank you! Yes! You're probably immediately roaring against everything I've just said because Nina is clearly being depicted as a horrible villain anyway. But you'd be wrong, because it's only Suzaku that says this. It's not how it was portrayed in the last episode.
But I'm the one who built the Flea warhead. All those people's lives are gone. I killed them. All of them.
Yeah, hear all that sad music? They still very much want us to pity her. So even if this is Suzaku's point of view, and even if I agree with him, there's still the other side of the argument being made, which is exactly what I described. So now that that's finally out of the way, let's move on. Because I'm sure the utter lack of effort they put into C2's new character didn't put her over, we enter a new dimension of made-up garbage.
C2? C2, it's me.
See? Are you that worried about Lelouch, Marianne?
Oh, come on. Do you really think I'm such an ideal mother that that's all I think about?
Lelouch's mother. Still alive. I really wish I could go into this now, but it doesn't get truly abominable until next time, so we'll just move on. Charles begins his flimgobbery jubity-jobbity that hasn't been properly set up, just like everything else, and I really couldn't care less. Ogi tells all the Black Knights that Zero is dead and he sounds hilarious.
Is it true that Zero is dead?
Yeah. I'm afraid it's just as the media's reporting.
Could I at least see his face to confirm it?
Sorry, but we're busy right now, Jeremiah. It'll have to wait till later.
He's like, sorry, we're busy for the next 7 years. Like that's gonna hold out for long against Captain Loyalty? Anyway, Lelouch sets about making a mindless zombie army.
Lelouch V. Britannia now commands you. From this moment forward, you shall obey my orders!
Oh, come on! They have to do everything he says now? That's like wishing for more wishes. If he could do that the whole time, why isn't that the only thing he's ever done? Because it's bullshit. Oh, right. So Schneisel sets about trying to rewrite Lord Guilford's past, and Suzaku objects. But that weirdly goes nowhere, and instead somehow segues into Schneisel's coup to become the new emperor. Huh?
It's true. He treats diplomacy and war like they were meaningless trifles. A man who's lost interest in this world, who sees his people locked in a life and death struggle and shrugs in indifference.
Sounds like my reaction to everything that's happened. So, wait. I can sympathize with Charles? This is a really weird fucking moment. So Suzaku sides with Schneisel and zips across the world to kill Charles with a sword and not a gun because he's a fucking moron. Bismarck steps in immediately, and while Charles heads off to the nonsense zone, Suzaku breaks continuity again.
The Geass command that compels me to live. It's screaming at me to run away. Is the Knight of One really that dangerous an opponent? I've left my weakness!
You know, it would have been nice if Euphemia could have resisted Lelouch's command in the first season, or if Suzaku could have resisted it 2 entire episodes ago and not dropped the Flea warhead. Or it would have been nice if this wasn't completely made up on the spot for no good reason. How do you like this town of innocent peasants that I just blew up? Pretty badass, huh? Instead of staying to protect the Emperor from Lelouch, Bismarck fucks off to Schneisel's clusterfuck of a coup. Because that makes total sense. Meanwhile, Lelouch enters the realm and confronts Charles in front of his rotating turd towers before blowing up the gate and sealing them both inside. And with the final showdown set, the episode ends. Well, this was the absolute worst so far. But check the adjective. So far. Because next time, we're going to embark on the mind-warping journey through the infamous 21st episode. This hasn't even begun to suck yet. It is the absolute worst the show has to offer. But like I said, that's next time. For now, I'm Will Ryan. And I hope we all make it through this.
Let it all